In this video, I introduce the prompt compression for toxicity reduction in large language models. A language model is a conditional distribution P over tokens xt. Prompt compression represents a hard context xh as a much smaller block of compressed context theta n, as shown here, which will lose some fine-grained information of the original context, but still remains general abstract information of xh. Compressed prompts can be compressed into a single token and still useful for toxicity reduction. Prompt compression uses the compressed context to replace the original context so that a language model is guided to reduce toxicity probability during token generation and toward the output with knowing and desired properties. To compress context xh, the soft prompt is optimized to minimize the KL divergence, as shown here. While training a compressed prompt can be expensive, the gains are found in inference time. With the prompt compressed more and more information in the original prompt will be lost. However, the prompt compression attempts to remain the general information about the original prompt, even while it cannot remain fine-grained details. For example, the compressed prompt is used to reconstruct the hard prompt, as shown here. First line is a hard prompt. From here is the soft prompt with different compressed token numbers from 64 to 1 and no prompt at all. Suppose that a soft context is appended to the prompt no repeat the text. The likelihood of generating each token is shown in this heat map here. As the compressed token number n in the soft context decreases, so does the returned information of the hard context. The largest token number n equal to 64 of a soft prompt remains the primary information, and the early information in the prompt is retained better than the later information, as shown here. At a smallest number n equal to 1, most of the information is lost, but the language model can still reconstruct the words such as frank, off, and friends with high probability. Bayesian attribute classifier framework is used for toxicity reduction. The goal is to generate outputs to exhibit some attributes A by conditioning the generation on the attributes A and using Bayes' law, as shown here. Where omega is the temperature parameter, the prior probability P is the vanilla distribution over the generations from a language model. And the likelihood P is the attribute classifier. For example, if a desired attribute A does not contain profanity, then the attribute classifier scans XH for words on a blacklist and outputs P equal to 1 if none of the words are present. The contrastive attribute classifier is defined by few-shot modeling, as shown here, where P with a probability of xt given xh concatenated with a positive context x, and P with x minus is constructed by concatenating xh with a negative context x. By constructing multiple positive and negative contexts, a language model is used to analyze text as a way to steering content, resulting in a natural explainer-based framework as shown here. For each token generated, a language model runs 3 times. Once to compute the prior probability, once to compute the positive probability, and once to compute the negative probability. 3 probabilities are combined according to the Bayes' law to form the final token distribution as shown here and here, which can be used with standard generation such as bin search and nuclear sampling. For more details, please check with these references. Thank you. Bye.